guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rise. We're back at it here at Jaguar Land Rover St. Petersburg. And guess what? I have that one luxury performance SUV that really gets people's attention is this vehicle right here. This is a 2025 Range Rover Sport. This particular one is a Sport Autobiography, and it's in a very rare color called Velocity Blue. But before we get into this full luxury performance SUV, let's talk about what's going on here. So Range Rover, obviously that premium extension of the iconic British brand known as Land Rover. You've seen these vehicles in James Bond movies. You've seen them cruising up and down Miami Beach, Beverly Hills, Rodeo Drive. Well, guess what? It's one of those vehicles that people aspire to because of that luxury, but also the performance that's underneath the hood. Now, for 2025, they made a couple changes, but still what you're gonna find is that familiar shape and driving experience. But what I wanna find out is, can it compete with the rest of the competition out there, specifically something like a Cadillac Escalade V? Let's go ahead. Let's get into this V8 power. This is no straight six. This is a V8 twin turbocharged powered Range Rover Sport, and see if we can find out. Right off the bat, I love the overall dimensions, the body lines. It just has such a unique look, especially in the Velocity Blue. Now at the front of the business, that signature LED headlight design, LED daytime running lamps, your turn signals up top, daytime running lamps down below, and LED headlights in the middle. Working our way down, we have functionality in those corner vents. There's actually active shutters that open and close on the corner vents to bring cool air for the heat exchangers. A little bit of gloss black, and even some driving lamps LED down below. But this blue, I'm telling you, it reminds me of like my favorite Hot Wheels color. I can imagine a lot of Hot Wheels that I had growing up had this blue shade to it. Brings back some good memories. Now, as we come across the main grille, I still don't love the way that they stick on the letters that says Range Rover. I wish that they would emboss that into the hood, but great job on the upper grille. Very small grille when you think about the size of this SUV. That gloss black with the Land Rover badge. Working our way down, you do get a forward-facing camera, more functionality in the center, some more body color, and then to finish it off, more functionality on the lower portion. And then you have that gloss black splitter. You do have adaptive air ride suspension. Of course, power getting down to the ground, all four corners. And really just, like I said, a unique face to this Range Rover. Now, as we rise up, you got that soft bend, nice crisp line, and then that aircraft carrier style hood. The one thing I got to zonk is I wish that they would make those gloss black accents functional heat extractors. There's got to be a lot of heat underneath the hood of a twin turbocharged V8 power plant. But still, like I said, James Bond, check, would approve this. Now when we come around the bend, what are we working with? Wheel and tire setup. So you're going to notice this V-spoke wheel design, gloss black all the way around. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, what is the size of this wheel and tire? Basically what you're looking at is 285 on the width, 40 series sidewall, and this is a British manhole cover size wheel. It's 23 inches. 23 inches. Look at the Brembo calipers. So you got your Brembo massive calipers as big as a sledgehammer, and then that adaptive air ride suspension all four corners. No gloss black, no flat black, just beautiful Velocity Blue. Coming down the side, we got another decorative piece of trim. I wish this was a functional heat extractor. I like the way they black out just the A-pillar. Power folding mirrors. Mirrors are obviously tilted in because I have the doors locked with your LED turn signals and 360-degree cameras. The other thing that's kind of bizarre is, why are they putting this Autobiography badge down low like that? That should be back on the lift gate. And then you would just need one badge, because now we have two badges and it's in a dumb location. You can see the overall dimensions, not as big as an Escalade V. It's sort of like at the tippy end of midsize, but not as big as full size. So kind of a cool shape to it. That flat roof, I like the way it's not two-tone. I like the way it's just velocity blue. We got a panoramic sunroof, flush on the door handles, and just the way the body line, I mean, look at that, all the way down the belt line. Everything painted velocity blue. Coming towards the rear, of course, this is rear-wheel drive base, but it has power at all four corners. Love the way you have this frameless rear quarter glass. And then spin around back. Oh boy, she looks good. Wiper tucked underneath, nice long roof spoiler. You got your Range Rover name within the black trim. And look at the way they do the lighting. Great LED lighting, just like up front. Simple sport badge. See, you could have just put Autobiography right there. Would have called it a day. And then getting down to ground level, you still have full towing capability with this thing. And look at that quad tip exhaust, nice stainless steel tips, slash cut, little bit of staggered placement. That really shows its intentions from the rear of the vehicle. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and check out the heart of this Range Rover Sport. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. You do have hydraulic hood struts. Underneath the hood, semi-tasteful engine cover. You can see the twin throttle bodies, twin air boxes, because guess what? We got twin turbos, baby. It's a 4.4 liter twin turbo V8, 523 horsepower, 553 pound-feet of torque. So, of course, the Escalade V tops it with 682 horsepower. This has a ZF 8-speed automatic transmission, 0 to 60 in about 4.2 seconds, top speed 155 miles an hour. The vehicle weighs 5,982 pounds, MPGs 16 in the city, 22 on the highway, and you could tow up to 8,700 pounds with this vehicle. It also has the Shadow Black exterior package, which gives us all those black accents around the vehicle. But why don't we go ahead? We got a V8. Let's fire it up and hear what it sounds like. All right, guys, we are inside this 2025 Velocity Blue Range Rover Sport Autobiography. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, if this is James Bond worthy, it definitely has to have a high price tag. How much is it? Very good question. MSRP for the way this one is equipped is $141,000. A lot of money, but it is still cheaper than a Cadillac Escalade V, and Escalade V is going to run you about $160,000. So, you tell me. But let me show you what this particular Range Rover Sport has to the door panels. Love the two-tone. That off-white with the dark looks fantastic. We got the Meridian premium sound system, over 30 speakers. You got that wood finish. Memory seat settings, you have 3 of them. And there is gloss black around the switchgear, so I am going to zonk that, but I like the dark chrome that's around the door handle and everything else. Door pocket is big enough for at least 12 scones and a big old jug of Earl Grey tea. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, the two-tone looks great. Dark chrome finish, nice to see on a Sport. Down below, you do have a tiny little pocket where you could put your small clutch, maybe a wallet, and there is a USB-C down here, just one. You have your 13.7-inch Pivi Pro system. It has been updated for 2025. You got your, obviously, your maps, your different modes. We're going to go full dynamic when we go on throttle. And then once you get the hang of it, it's actually easy to use. You press each of the icons for what you want. You got heated seats, ventilated seats, 3 apiece. Your AC controls, dual climate, of course. Let me throw it in reverse. Backup camera is clear as freaking day. Even that 360. Bloop. There we go. I wish it was Velocity Blue, though. Why is it not Velocity Blue? Should be Velocity Blue. Everything, though, is in the screen. So that is the one zonk. But, like I said, once you figure it out, it is very easy to use. And then we're right back home. Look at that. A bunch of gloss black, but the good news is you're probably going to open that up. You got your wireless charging. This controls your 8-speed automatic, your start-stop button, more of that wood-style trim. Open it up. You got 2 cup holders, your Land Rover key fob, This slides open, and then you have even more space. Another USB-C. You could put, I would probably say, probably about 7 transformers. You know, maybe a Bumblebee, maybe Soundwave, Megatron, Optimus Prime. The old school ones from the 80s. I'm not talking about the BS that comes in the 2000s. Like, no. The real deal stuff. Those are like your prized possessions, because guess what? That's how you're going to retire. You're going to sell Optimus Prime one day for $1 million, and that's how you're going to retire. But nice lids. You do have those silly captain's chair armrests for some reason, but you have still the nicely padded center console armrest. Open it up. You got a cool box. This is perfect for, like, if you ever go to, like, maybe a gun range and you blow off one of your fingers. You could take your finger that you blew off and put it in the cool box and get to the hospital, and fingers crossed, with whatever fingers you got left, maybe you just got to cross them like this, they'll be able to put your finger or fingers back on because you kept it in the cool box. That's what they say, get some ice. Keep it chilled. Seats, the leather, super soft, the nice perforations, the bolstering. You got all your seat controls on the door, which gives you more cushion for the pushing of your body. Up top, we got soft Alcantara speakers everywhere. I feel like I'm inside a Sound Advice. Remember those? They're out of business. And then, of course, you got that panoramic sunroof with the power shade. Easy to use. It's just the shade is a little on the slower side, but there you go. And yes, it opens up all the way. I don't feel like sitting here all day. But if you're ready, I'm ready. Come on over here. I have a 2-tone steering wheel, believe it or not. I want to show you. Come on over. All right, guys, we got the business side, 3 memory seat settings, just like the passenger side. Nice aluminum sill plate with ambient lighting and the Autobiography name. These seats are freaking phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Very comfortable. I actually have to lower mine a little bit. I feel like Steven was sitting there. For some reason, every time Steven sits behind the wheel, he's got to jack it up. And the thing is, he's not short per se. So, I don't know. But lots of headroom. Steering wheel, like I promised, the 2-tone. The nice contrast stitching. You do have gloss black on the switchgear, so you're going to want to have a microfiber cloth to wipe off all your KFC fingerprints. Love the Range Rover badge, the stitching. You do have metal pedals that are ginormous to go up and down the 8-speed automatic. And it is an electric tilting and telescoping steering wheel. And then you have that beautiful digital gauge cluster, which looks fantastic. Of course, depending on what mode you're in, is going to change the information. So there is comfort. That's eco. But we're going back to dynamic, man. That's where it's at. Love the way the tach. And there's a nice head-up display with a tachometer in it and a gear indicator. But why don't we go ahead, let's get into the back seat and see if your passenger is going to be spoiled in this Range Rover. All right, guys, back seat time. On the rear passenger doors, you're getting the Meridian 3D surround stereo speaker system, your power seat control, which is nice. And then slide on in, you're getting that same great 2-tone interior. I'm 6 feet tall, plenty of room. The AC vents are up top. You could hang your cardigan. Maybe you got your Letterman jacket from high school, hang that on the back. Nice large pockets. This is where you're gonna put your Money Manager magazine, maybe some, how to be a millionaire kind of books, Who Moved My Cheese, things like that. You could put those books and magazines in there. Back of the command center, a little bit of that wood style trim. You do have your same controls as up front, and you can make all your different adjustments. Seats are heated and ventilated. Down below, look at this. This is like big old power source, home power source down there, 2 USB-Cs and a 12 volt. And the seats are just really, really comfortable. Nice sunshade. Pull this down. Ooh. Cup holders. And then that's where you're gonna put your Rolexes so that they don't get scratched. Get the felt lining. And there we go. But why don't we go ahead, let's get into the cargo area, because I want to go on throttle in this Range Rover. All right, guys, cargo area time. Real simple, old-fashioned way. We hit the button, rises up. One thing to be aware of is look how high the bumper is. So you're gonna, if you're taking things from ground level, it's gonna be a bit of a lift. But I like the way there's this nice little Land Rover cargo carrier. This is where you can put your pairs of sneakers, your Jordans. I know there's a lot of sneaker heads that watch. We have our strap for our Twinkies, so you can strap on your Twinkies. And then on the right-hand side, that's where you're gonna put a couple bottles of Yoo-Hoo. You do have a 12 volt, and you do have the ability to raise and lower the back of the vehicle with the air ride suspension and lower that rear seat. Now, when we're talking about, well, Joe, what's the hard numbers? You're basically looking at 41 cubic feet of space when the seat's up, fold the seats down, that's gonna get you over 80 cubic feet of space. So you got lots of room in this vehicle. But why don't we go ahead? If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go for a little on-throttle spin and see how this compares to the Escalade V. All right, guys, we're inside this 2025 Range Rover Sport Autobiography in that beautiful Velocity blue. And right away, you're just sitting in the lap of luxury in here. I mean, the seats are so comfortable, so supportive. The two-tone looks fantastic. I know if you have younger kids, they're probably gonna destroy it, but as an adult, I love this interior. It is stupendous. Of course, you're not getting a lot of wind noise or road noise from outside because this thing is solid all the way around. Plus, you have the metal paddles behind the wheel to go up and down, that 8-speed automatic transmission. And with the rear wheel steer, it allows you to corner very, very well. Of course, we have that twin turbo V8 over 500 horsepower. And the power is getting to the ground by all four corners. Brakes feel good. Nice smooth downshift, you see that? On throttle, here we go, yeah! Nice. It really has a great balance to it. Even though it's a larger crossover SUV, it's got a great balance to it. And the fact that you have so much room for those rear seat passengers, because this is just a two-row, really, really nice. But this is that SUV that has performance, but yet also has that luxury side to things. The good news is with the smaller twin turbos, you're not waiting for the boost to come in. And look how it handles. Oh. It just really is super connected to the asphalt and feels fantastic. I mean, look at this. Wow. There is a bit of gloss black on the center console, and to me that's a bit of a zonk, but this thing is classy all the way around. Those paddles are perfectly placed. They're made out of metal. It's got a nice feel to it. The head-up display, super crisp. Lots of good information. But the brakes, man, those massive Brembo calipers up front, they get the business done. Look at this. Yeah. Nice. I wish there was more V8 sound, that's for sure, because I mean, let's just be honest, the Escalade V is just a freaking hoot. It's got the perfect amount of sound, the perfect amount of torque, and just personality. This is a little muted. It's a little muted. But I guess that's more that polished Range Rover part of it, whereas the Cadillac is just big and bold and brash and doesn't give a damn. It's like the Honey Badger. Honey Badger doesn't give a damn. But the sound quality on the interior, keeping everything out noise-wise, great sound deadening material, the acoustic glass. I mean, it's just all the way around a really smooth, serene setup in here. And the suspension, so well done. And that the fact that you could raise the vehicle, lower the vehicle, those are things that you really can't do with the Escalade V. But I'm hoping that this has been a good, quick overall review of this Range Rover Autobiography, Sport Autobiography, I should say. We're gonna get back to Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete and wrap this one up. So I'll see you in a split second. Guys, another great day in so many ways, doing it James Bond style with this 2025 Velocity Blue Range Rover Sport Autobiography. Let me know in the comment section, you going this over an Escalade V? It's your decision. Let me know in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. I'll come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Razor Eyes family. Got to give it up to Stephen Flood. He loves using his hands. He's really good at it. And, you know, it's all simple and straightforward, trouble-free. So good job, Stephen, for your hard work and the work that you're doing to your body. And just like everything else, I'll see you on the next ride.